Live long and prosper, dear people. My name is Ville from a band called Him from Helsinki, Finland, and you're enjoying Toasted at the moment. So stay toasted, brothers and sisters.
Thank you very much.
Pleasure.
So you're here back in the Lowlands Festival again. How many times have you been here right now?
Well, you know, that was back in the day when I was drinking heavily, so it's all a blur, the past 10 years more or less. I guess it's been 3, 4, 5 years, something like that, since we're here last time around. It was a long
actually, I saw you guys 2 years ago. You were here actually.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm very sure because I saw you guys.
Sure, you saw us.
Yeah, I saw you perform. So
perform like on stage.
Yeah, on stage. Yeah.
How well were we performing?
It was okay. I think you had a bad day.
So I perform okay. Oh, that's good. That's good to know. Okay is better than, really bad. So yeah, well, that was it. But I can't really remember that. That's funny, when you play a lot of festivals, we've had the honor and the possibility of playing a lot of festivals. It's just, there's so many of them. If you play like 30 festivals and then you go on a proper tour for a couple of months and then you start recording the next one, it's just, you can't remember all of it. Well, that's like a shitty excuse, but I was trying my best.
You don't have to excuse yourself. That's just the way it is.
Just it. I try to be a gent, more or less.
Do you still enjoy it?
Which part of it? No, the forgetting part. Yeah. I enjoy forgetting everything. Dementias come bit by bit. Yeah, I do. It's been personally, it's been tough couple of past years, like maybe 2 years, something like that, since my heavy drinking escalated to super heavy drinking, and at one point the doctors said you can't do it or you're gonna die, and it was tough getting sober and doing all the touring sober and kind of missing all the parties and getting fucked up every night and all that. But I read a lot. I'm the boring twat, but then again I do write a lot more songs, so it is fun, but it's different. It's very different, and then again, I probably said the same thing a couple of years back, that it seems that we have our audience, or the audience is so different from country to country. It could be that one album is really respected in, let's say, England, and not in Germany, and then the next one is appreciated in Germany, and nobody gives a fuck in England. So it's kind of weird. We're kind of like, nearly a demo band in some country, and then we're like nearly superstars in one country, and that kind of keeps us dancing on the razor's edge, so to speak, and it makes it worthwhile. It makes it very challenging as well, rather than having everybody kissing our asses,
And then it must feel
just a few is fine.
And it must feel extra good to have a big show then.
Are you talking about this one?
Yeah, or any big show.
Well, it's not the quantity, it's the quality. It's playing gigs is kind of tough, since occasionally you get into a situation where the technical aspects are not working, or you get into a situation where you're just feeling like shit. The audience is fantastic, everything's fantastic, but you got the flu or whatever. And, it's a tough thing to get all the 5 members in a band and all our members in tip-top shape, and to be able to perform in a way that would be entertaining for everybody involved. So it is playing like Russian roulette with maybe 5 bullets instead of 1, so there's a lot of possibilities of failure, but we keep on failing so extremely well that we've learned how to cope with tremendous continuous pain.
What's the worst experience you've had when you had to perform?
Probably the one I just had. I've been on tour while having diarrhea, and that's not nice when you got to do a lot of Imodium stuff like that, and you're kind of afraid that you're gonna shit your pants, and when you do those, you really go for the screams or whatever. You're like, can I? You're kind of like doing weak because there's so much pressure in your body that you're. Well, that's the reason why. That's what we've been saying, that all the goth bands wear black, just in case they shit themselves, nobody's gonna notice. So that might be the thing. But as you can see, I'm comfortable with my bowel movement.
Now, for now.
Yeah, for now, obviously. Might be totally different next time around.
Okay, but is everybody healthy now?
Well, Miguel, bass player, had the diarrhea yesterday. He was eating some moldy raisins, and so he had a bit of problems. I think there's mental problems, but everybody's got a bit of them. But Yeah, we're good. We're good. Well, actually, this is kind of, it's on a, what would be the right word, elevating moment in a way that we just finished our Venus Doom tour, our previous album, Venus Doom. This was the last gig for the album, so we toured since last July or something. So
it feels good to be done, to be
yeah, well, yeah, it feels good to kind of, you know, start writing new material and try to go into the studio and create a record that would convince a bit more people to like us.
Yeah, are there any plans or things written for the new record?
I'm writing, you know, bits. I've got a couple of songs I've been working with. You know, you never know what's going to end on the album and whatnot, and it's all good. I'm just happy that I'm writing, because I usually always after an album I have a writer's block, and you always feel that, oh no, I can't do anything anymore, and you become this whiny, self-centered bastard living in your house. You know, this, you know, it's all over type of despair hitting you, and you know, the songs are coming out of me. We're not in a rush with the next album. I'm going to be flying over to the States to meet some people in the record company, and we're going to just figure out what we can do better with the next album. Not musically, but, you know, with the whole machinery. You know, the record sales are going down, and, you know, the record companies are kind of scared, I think, and, you know, it's not a good situation. You know, they're expecting us to live like rock stars, but where do we get the money? You know, that's tough. We gotta live like rock stars, be really cheap. So cheap drugs and cheap girls and cheap booze and all that.